does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review, a special expansion review. And today I'm very excited to check out Suddenly Drunk, the hardcore expansion from Breaking Games. This is for 3 to 6 plus players, ages 21 plus, because it is going to encourage drinking, or just any age if you don't care about drinking laws or you don't have drinking laws. And this is an expansion to Suddenly Drunk, which was itself an expansion to any game that is a turn-based game. So how Suddenly Drunk works is pretty much on your turn, you're also going to be drawing one of these Suddenly Drunk cards, which will have you doing something either instantly or anytime that will generally have you or someone else drinking. This is the hardcore expansion, which means it's all about drinking more. Excess. I love excess. Excess in food, excess in Christmas, excess in beer, excess in everything. So this seems like a no-brainer for me. Is it, though? I like the original Suddenly Drunk. But do I like this? Let's open it up and I'll tell you what I think about it. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Suddenly Drunk, the hardcore expansion. So first and foremost, we got our handy dandy little warning here. Warning! Do not play this expansion without the base deck of Suddenly Drunk. You will die. Yes, it really does say that, and it really is true, most likely. If not, just vomit all over the place. How do expansions work? Pretty self-explanatory. But in case you were wondering, Suddenly Drunk is a turn-based expansion, and this is an expansion to that expansion where each time during a turn, you're going to draw one of these cards and do what it says on it. So let's go over some of the different cards in the game. Now, you're going to see a lot of these ones right here. These are instant cards, which means you just do it as soon as you draw it. Finish your drink. Make it a double. Drink punishment are now doubled for you. Shot punishments remain the same unless you draw this card again. So that one's unfortunate. This is an empty anytime card. So those are the two kinds of cards in the game. You have instant cards, you have anytime cards. This one's called Exorcism. Remove one rule from yourself. If removing marriage, your spouse will still have to drink whenever you do. Because you can get married in the base version of the game and you'll be attached, which means when they drink, you have to drink. Instant, make it a double. Drink punishments are now doubled for you. Tribal Council, on the count of 3, everyone point another player. Everyone drinks for however many times they were voted for. If everyone voted for one person, that person loses the game and must immediately leave the table. Do Exorcism, finish your drink, Tribal Council. So let's see if we can get some new ones in here. T-Rex. You must do everything with T-Rex arms for the rest of the game. Elbows touching your sides. You must do a shot every time you're caught not doing so. Can't we all just get along? Offer a hand of friendship to another player. If they shake your hand, and you may both remove one effect from yourselves. If you slap it away, do a shot. Finish your drink. Finish your drink. A lot of those. Name change. Your name is now Rum Tum. If you were called by anything else, they must drink. The rule also applies to yourself, Rum Tum. Name change. Dapper Lad. High five. You have 5 drinks to designate to people. Pick who drinks. You may designate no more than 2 drinks per person. But anywho, you're going to get more cards that you will be able to mix and match, potentially, with Suddenly Drunk. Or if you're crazy, you can just add them all in and play with both decks of cards. But that, in a nutshell, is what you're going to get inside Suddenly Drunk Hardcore Expansion. The Suddenly Drunk Hardcore Expansion. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros. Let's go over the cons. First, on the pro side, I love the idea of Suddenly Drunk. I enjoyed the original game, and this is more of the same. I like the idea of adding drinking rules to any game that has turns. I think that is a really cool idea, and more variety is always a good thing, right? Yeah, in theory. Also, if you want to get drunk, you want to get drunk hardcore, you want to get drunk quickly, look no further. This will absolutely do it. Another thing I like about this is it specifically says in the rule card, take out what you want, leave what you want, and I definitely think that is the way to go. There are a lot of cards in here which will have you finishing your drink. You might want to sprinkle those in, at least most people I think will, because this game does aim to get you hardcore drunk and hardcore drunk fast, as a lot of cards will have you finishing your drinks. Any other pros that I have with the game? I like the concept. I like the variability. It goes with just about any turn-based game. And that's about all I got. Moving on to the cons. This is, I think, the least strong version of Suddenly Drunk that I've played. I played the original Suddenly Drunk. I played the Suddenly Drunk Sexy expansion. I played the Suddenly Drunk Hardcore expansion. And this is, without a doubt, my least favorite for a couple different reasons. First and foremost, I love the idea of adding drinking to a game. I don't love the idea of getting plastered to a game, and this will result in you getting plastered. Now, I know you might be calling me an old fogey who doesn't like jeggings, but here's my line of thinking. If I'm going out and I want to have fun, maybe then I want to get super drunk. But if I'm playing a game, if I'm sitting down and playing Vast in the Crystal Caverns, or Dead of Winter, or Star Trek Panic, or Kingsburg, or something like that, I generally don't want to get plastered because I want to play more games. I don't just want to play the first game. I want to play this game, and then I want to play that game, and then maybe I'll play a party game. This does not lend itself to that. This lends itself to getting puke on your gaming tables because a lot of these cards, as I mentioned, have you finishing your drinks. And while you say, oh, but you can house rule it, you can just say take a big chug or something like that. Well, then if that's the case, then just get the original Suddenly Drunk that only has a couple cards where you finish your drink. I just don't see a big market for this game. And I said that about the Sexy expansion as well. But I like the idea of the Sexy expansion. I could have seen many times in my past where that Sexy expansion game would have been fantastic. I can't say the same for this game just for the simple concept that getting plastered and playing games don't generally mix well together. And that's my biggest con with this game. I don't see a big market for this game. I don't think I can't recommend this. I can't recommend this expansion because A, you have to have the original version of the game. I mean, if you didn't have the original, sure, you could play without the original version of the game, but it would be insane. Whatever game it would just be a bad idea. So overall, Suddenly Drunk, the hardcore expansion, I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's completely unnecessary. Partially because if you want some of the more hardcore things like finish your drink, the other games have the blank cards that you could just write finish your drink in. So just do that instead. Steer clear of this one. So that is Suddenly Drunk, the hardcore expansion, one that I cannot recommend. I don't see a market for. And I just don't like the idea. I don't want people getting plastered at the table. You want to get plastered when you go out to the club. You want to get plastered when you're playing, frisbee golf, or plastered when you're playing cornhole or beer pong or something like that. That's different. But when we're playing games at the table, when we're playing Viceroy, I don't want you plastered. But yeah. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. That's my thoughts on Suddenly Drunk, the hardcore expansion. If you enjoyed this review, please click on that subscribe button down below. And as I mentioned, in the comments below, let me know, do you see a situation, or have you had a situation where you think getting super drunk at the table would have been a good thing or something that you like? Now, I personally love getting drunk. I love getting drunk, playing games and drinking and having fun and socializing, maybe loosening up the inhibitions, maybe mixing in some of the sexy cards later on in the game or something like that. But just the concept of getting just flat out drunk and playing games, not so much my cup of tea. But are you different? Do you think that that is a good idea? I'm not here to judge. If you want to do that, then heck, I probably want to come to yours and try it out. Come to your game night. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.